Spencer, this Kate Courtney sounds unbelievable. I predict big things in her future.
Fred, what were you doing this weekend? Were you not paying attention at all?
Was there a bike race on?
Did you leave your phone in the car? Come on.
You're tuned into the VeloNews Show. I'm Fred Dreyer here with Spencer Paulson. Spencer, we need to talk about Kate Courtney's amazing ride at Mountain Bike World Championships. She won the rainbow jersey.
That's right, Fred. She broke a 17-year drought for Team USA in the cross-country Mountain Bike World Championships. She did it with style and panache, and she did it on the final lap of racing. Boy, it was exciting.
All right, let's get to the action. Okay, Denmark's Annika Langvad springs to an early lead. Kate Courtney's in second place and doesn't give up. She lets that gap stay at about 18 to 20 seconds and just kind of chips away at it. On the penultimate lap, Courtney caught up to Langvad only to get dropped again. But again, she didn't give up and put herself in a perfect situation. So on the final lap, when Langvad bobbles here on this Rudy section, Courtney springs by her, takes the victory. Huge win for the young American.
And it's a huge win for U.S. cycling because the last person to do this was none other than Allison Dunlap in 2001. It's been a long time, and the big news here is that Kate Courtney, this is her debut season in the elite field in the World Championships and the World Cup as well, and so it's just like amazing to see such a young rider come out of the gate so strong.
So, Spencer, you're a mountain bike racer. Break down her World Championship win for me. What's your analysis of her victory?
Just a very patient ride by her. I talked to her afterward, and she told me very specifically that her plan was to ride within herself on that first climb, save some matches for the later part of the course. That's what she did. She didn't take the bait when Annika Langvad attacked on that final lap. It would have been real easy to try to do that, go into the red instead. Saved her matches, chased her back on the technical stuff. She never looked back after she made that move. She told me that when she watched the replay afterwards, she was shocked at how close it actually was in the end.
So here's why I'm excited about this win. Kate Courtney is only 22 years old, and as we've seen with cross-country mountain biking, women often compete well into their mid-40s. Look at Gunrita Dalla Fleja, 45 years young, still racing the World Championships and almost getting on the podium.
That's true. And in fact, Gunrita was the very person that Allison Dunlap beat in that 2001 World Championship.
So Kate Courtney at age 22, she could have years, decades left to go to bring the United States more Olympic medals, World Championship medals. Let's not put the pressure on her too much, but let's go, Kate Courtney.
The future is bright.
You know, Spencer, the Vuelta a España has been going on for the last 2 weeks. We're entering the final week of racing. It's been lots of excitement, lots of topsy-turvy racing. What's the update? What's going on right now in the Vuelta?
Fred, as is always the case, the Vuelta really heats up in that final week. We're going to head to Andorra. There's going to be some brutally hard climbing stages, especially Saturday's stage 20. That's like a shark tooth profile. Wow. It's nasty. Best of all, the GC is still very tight. Simon Yates proved himself in the stage 16 time trial, holding on to that overall lead.
So Spencer, as we head towards this Andorra day, I have a few questions that are probably going to get answered. The first question is Nairo Quintana still good?
Ooh.
I mean, 2 years ago on the Lagos de Covadonga climb, we saw him drop everyone. This year, though, he put in a couple surges but couldn't get away. What's going on with Quintana?
Fred, the rider we see this year is not the same rider that won that 2016 Vuelta a España. It's not the same rider who won the 2014 Giro d'Italia. I don't know what's going on with Nairo Quintana, but he is not looking great this year.
Come on, Nairo. Second question I have for you. Steven Kruijswijk, he's in great position to get on the podium, but do we expect him to hit another snowbank? Come on, Steven. Watch out for those glaciers.
The good news, Fred, is that we're into September, and I think most of the snow has been melted, even in Andorra, which is quite mountainous. So things are looking good for Steven Kruijswijk.
All right, here's another question I have. Alejandro Valverde, 38 years old. Is that too old to win a Grand Tour? How old is too old?
Come on, Fred. I mean, look at Chris Horner. He won this thing when he was, 43 or so? I bet those guys text each other to kind of keep up to speed and give each other encouragement.
I think they have the same barber.
Ooh, ouch.
Finally, my question, do we think Simon Yates can hold on to the overall win? We saw him spring to an early advantage in the Giro d'Italia, only to crumble in the third week. Can Simon Yates do it?
You know, what we've been hearing from our reporters at the Vuelta is that Mitchelton Scott and Yates are taking a different strategy to this race compared to the Giro. They're pacing themselves. They're not going too deep. Those questions will be answered as we head into these final mountains.
Well, stay tuned to VeloNews.com to get all your news and updates from the Vuelta a España. And for Spencer Paulson, I'm Fred Dreyer. Thanks for tuning into the VeloNews Show. We'll see you next week.
Been known to have a very scary game face.
Can you duplicate it?
I think it's something like